Have you figured out your art style yet? Di pa? Gawa tayo! Hi, I'm Salongganisa, back again with another tips video brought to you by Brushpoint Academy. Before we begin, let's take a sec and hear a few words from our sponsor, CG Creator Certification. So who or what is CG Creator Certification? It's an exam you take to test your creator skill. May it be 2D, 3D, movies, games, and other disciplines alike. Now, this certification is recognized by over 70 Japanese companies. While this certification alone does not assure employment in any of the studios, it is a good gauge to see a creator's current level. So if you have a dream or goal to work in Japan, go check out CG Creator Certification now. But of course, with our little help, we are giving you a deal by giving 250 pesos off just by using code BRUSHPOINT. Again, that's code BRUSHPOINT at checkout. Now back to the video. So, maraming artists ang nagsastruggle magkaroon ng sariling identity or style sa mga works nila. Maging professional man na nag-iisip kung gusto niya magbago or gumawa ng ibang style ng work, at syempre hanggang sa mga beginner artists and students na naghahanap ng inspiration para gumawa ng sariling style nila. In today's video though, magpo-focus tayo sa mga baguhang artists na naghahanap ng kanilang mga boses or styles sa mga works nila. So, how do we get started in making our own styles? Madali lang naman talaga siya kung iisipin, and if you follow these steps and tune in with the right mindset, it would become much easier. So, at number 1, look for inspirations. Chances are you may already have one. These may be from your first inspirations down to your current ones. Good thing about this is that these inspirations can be art or it can be anything. Ang mahalaga dito ay na-inspire tayo gumawa. Napag-usapan na rin natin to before na dumadali ang paggawa kapag inspired tayo. So it's always nice to have a solid inspiration in order for us to keep on creating. Now, regarding style, these inspirations are the ingredients you will need in order to know your taste. And your taste is one of the most important things in creating your style. Why? That is because your style is your identity. These are the things you'll love about something and the things you will love in the style you'll be creating. Speaking of something you love, number 2. Look for styles you love doing, not just seeing. Loving what you do is very different from loving what you see. It's very important that whatever inspiration we would take, our inspiration we would love to do. Minsan, obvious naman na baka hindi tayo mag-enjoy gumawa ng mga bagay na mahihirapan tayo or sobrang layo sa personality natin. So, magandang ma-point out na rin natin kung pipilitin rin tayo ng mga styles na gusto nating i-adapt, i-make sure natin na mag-enjoy din tayo habang ginagawa to. Nakakasagabal lang din kasi kung pilit natin yung isang art style kung di naman tayo nag-enjoy gawin. In the end, baka burnout pa tayo. So better to start something we truly love, not only seeing but also doing. This of course creates another flow of making your life easier since you've already made it clear that you love what you do and what you're about to do. Now for our third one, mix them up. Having different inspirations to take from would definitely help in creating your own identity. Mixing different inspiration creates something new. And you having a lot of different inspirations and making them work well together would make this style baby unique and yours. Syempre kapag hinalo-halo mo rin talaga sila, nagkakaroon ng endless possibilities of combinations na pwede mong matry at madiscover. And speaking of discovery, at number 4, do something these artists didn't do. Being the overseer of your inspiration, makikita mo kung saan ka nakukulangan sa art nila. Having the eye and knowledge of what is working and what could work will again help you create something of your own. Sa case na to, dahil nga hindi mo naman sila kinokopya at inspiration mo lang sila, pwede mo gawin yung mga bagay na hindi nila naisip gawin or hindi nila nakitang mag-work sa mga gawa nila. This opens up an opportunity for you to create not from scratch but from a base that could help you create your work much faster and maybe even better. This is also the key ingredient to differentiating your identity from your inspirations. Hindi ka matatawag na nangopya lang, kundi makikilala ka as someone who got inspired and created something new. And lastly, for number 5, experiment on your tools. Sometimes inspiration doesn't really come from people or things, but rather the process. Minsan maganda rin paglaruan ng mga tools na meron tayo. It can be as simple as bending the rules of the fundamentals. Gandang mga example din dyan is si Rostran na prominent sa paggamit ng color dodge sa kanyang mga works, which also became his identity. And Yukaze, the guy that renders like it's 3D. He creates illustrations using 3D rendering techniques like occlusion shadows as layers. It's good not to limit ourselves from the things we see and look into the process of doing things. It creates a new sense of exploration, something that we would not be able to discover unless we dig through the actual tools we have. Trying different tools can also influence our styles. Maybe gusto natin haluan ng traditional sketches or paint yung gawa natin. And then we can scan and paint over it on Photoshop. Maybe we can collage things like photo bashing and paint over it. Again, the goal in this step is just to explore our tools. And then maybe we can create something out of nothing. Now, just for a recap of things to remember, style is something we develop by continuing to draw. We can try to sit down and create one, but the one thing that comes naturally is usually the one that sticks. It's important to remember that these things really do just come by surprise. Better try not to overthink it and focus on the more important things. While we search and continue to draw, let's not forget, of course, about the fundamentals. And for the recap, at number 1, look for inspirations. Number 2, look for styles you love doing, not just seeing. Number 3, mix them up. Number 4, do something these artists didn't do. And lastly, on number 5, experiment on your tools. Now, those have been our tips on how to make your own art style. Now let's watch and get inspiration in the style of Kabukicat's illustration. This has been Brushpoint Academy, and see you again on our next video. See ya! That's it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like, and maybe even share with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on new content. Till next time, bye!